You're watching News 3 Now at 5. 5 high schoolers ended up in the hospital today, treated for pepper spray exposure. 2 students were cited after several fights broke out in Madison East. That was about noon today.
The district says no staff members were hurt, but at least 1 police officer, maybe more, were assaulted when they tried to break those fights up. Our Naomi Coles joins us from Madison East High School with what else we know. Naomi?
Here's what I know from Madison Police Chief and school officials, what we learned just now. This all started during the noon hour when a big fight broke out in the Welcome Center. Someone pulled a fire alarm and students went outside. And that's where several more fights then broke out. We know dozens of students were involved and at least 15 Madison police officers and Madison Fire responded. Now, no students were hurt, but 8 were treated after the pepper spray, including the 5 that we mentioned going to the hospital.
Today, I have to tell you honestly, my heart goes out for the 98% that continues to do the right thing right here at East, for our staff, for our community. None deserving of any kind of trauma that may be caused by events like this.
We saw students on the floor. We saw 1 student throwing up. We also saw that the basketball coach was pepper sprayed along with other students. I personally saw students crying because they were pepper sprayed. Some of my friends were pepper sprayed.
Now, when I talked to sophomore Mary Acosta and 2 of her friends when school let out, they were telling me they don't feel safe here. These incidents, types of things like this are happening a lot. And they feel like Madison East High is getting a bit of an undeservedly bad rap, considering how many students here are still behaving. Now, at 6, hear more from them and also when a lot of these incidents are happening during the day.
Naomi, thank you. We are also following breaking new developments in that friendly fire incident on State Street last month. New court documents are laying out how a Madison police officer was shot by a fellow officer. An amended court document was filed today as part of a court hearing for how do you say it, Eric?
Ketwan Richardson.
Ketwan Richardson, thank you. It says police were trying to take Richardson into custody and he had a gun. One officer says Richardson pointed the gun at him and had his finger on the trigger, so the officer grabbed the gun with both hands and tried to push it down, and that is when the gun went off. Madison police had previously said an officer inadvertently shot another officer. Richardson is facing 9 charges in this incident, including resisting an officer causing harm and endangering safety. He pleaded not guilty to those charges this afternoon.
2 people are in the hospital. A dog is dead after a shooting in a community just south of Madison. Oregon police think it was a fight between a couple, but as Anna Hansen found, it's left people who live there rattled.
Crime scene tape blocking off an apartment complex in Oregon this morning put Jack Burke on edge.
I'm kind of shaken up right now, just hearing it.
Burke lives in Oregon and was walking by a few hours after police responded to a call for help.
The Oregon Police Department and the Sheriff's Office investigators continue to work at the scene.
Oregon Police Chief Jennifer Pagankoff says a woman called 911 around 7:45 a.m. saying she had been shot in an apartment on South Perry Parkway. When police got there, they heard more gunshots, and inside they found a man and a woman both shot and a dog that was dead.
Everything is safe, and that we're in the process of now investigating this incident. This isn't an everyday thing in this community.
Medics took the man and the woman to the hospital, while police say it was an isolated domestic shooting.
I've never even heard a loud noise in the neighborhood. I'm bamboozled by this.
Police plan to work the scene well into Monday afternoon, but stress there's no threat to anyone else.
Everyone does not need to be afraid.
In Oregon, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
The chief says residents should expect a heavy police presence in that area throughout the rest of the day as their investigation continues.
A gorgeous November day today, but these temperatures won't last. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio with our certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
And without a jacket, too. It's probably the last time I'll be able to do it this year because temperatures will definitely turn colder as we head toward the end of the week. But first, enjoy the weather that we had today. There's the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Starting to get just a little bit of high cloudiness overhead. Eventually, those clouds will lower and thicken later on tonight. And there even are a few light showers out across central Minnesota and far northwestern Wisconsin. But right now, it looks like that front is coming through dry. Low temperatures this morning, 40 degrees here in Madison, well above normal for this time of year. And our unofficial high so far, 67 degrees here in town. It hits 70 in Boscobel. And right now, temperatures have dropped back to around 60 in Madison. They're in the 50s to the north and west. And that's because a cold front has started to come through southern Wisconsin. So by tomorrow morning, we'll still be around 44. thanks to the cloud cover, but tomorrow won't be quite as mild. A little more cloud cover. We'll see a high temperature of 57. But by the end of the week, high temperatures may not get out of the 30s by the weekend, and we could see some rain and snow showers as well.
All right, Gary, thank you. State senators voted to pass the Republican proposed legislative maps today as the battle over redistricting continues. Now, the vote passed 21 to 12. Senate and Assembly Democrats each submitted their own versions of the map on Friday, but only one map made the cut in the Republican-controlled Senate. That's the map that Republicans drew. Those who voted against the map said they don't meet all redistricting standards.
The Democrats' map's disenfranchisement, they disenfranchise even more voters than the governor's maps, which was at a historically high level already.
The Republicans hired $500 an hour lawyers, wasted money like crazy on a crooked map. That's the difference.
Well, Governor Evers has already said he will veto the Republican-drawn maps. That means they will be drawn by the courts, who could use either the Republican or Democratic maps as a base. A pizza truck visited state lawmakers at the Capitol today to promote their Fair Maps initiative. The Wisconsin Fair Maps Coalition partnered with Represent Us to host today's event. Jerry's partisan pizza truck delivered garbage pizza to legislators to emphasize what they are calling the garbage redistricting maps proposed by Republican lawmakers.
When it happens in the Capitol and politicians are drawing the maps, whether they are Democrats or Republicans, you end up with these rigged map scenarios. You end up with politicians making sure their own districts are safe. And that's why I think we've stood so consistently in favor of an independent process and in favor of fair maps that reflect the will of Wisconsin voters.
Republicans continue to say the maps they drew are fair. The pizza truck heads to Appleton tomorrow. They say to continue to teach communities the importance of fair maps.
The FBI is investigating reports of remains found at Fort McCoy. Investigators have not confirmed any details about the remains. Fort McCoy sits on 60,000 acres in Monroe County, many of which are wooded and not regularly patrolled. Jurors heard from the only person to survive being shot by Kyle Rittenhouse in court today. Gage Grosskreutz, a medic, was shot trying to stop Rittenhouse from fleeing the scene after he killed 2 men. Earlier testimonies showed bystanders coming to Grosskreutz' aid after he was shot. He told the court he, as well as many others on the scene, thought Rittenhouse was an active shooter.
More people were then pointing out the defendant, saying that he had just shot somebody, that he's trying to get away, get him, things of that nature. And then so again, further inferencing from the things I heard and experienced, witnessed earlier in the night, I thought that the defendant was an active shooter.
Grosskreutz had a gun on him the night of the incident, but told the court he didn't shoot Rittenhouse because that is not the type of person that he is.
The Biden administration says it's prepared to defend its new COVID vaccine rules as the new mandate is set to go into effect in January. Skylar Henry now with more from Washington.
First Lady Jill Biden visited a COVID-19 vaccination clinic at an elementary school in Virginia, part of an effort to encourage parents to make sure their 5 to 11-year-olds get their shots.
This is the best way to protect your children against COVID-19.
One of the strictest vaccine mandates in the nation went into effect Monday in the city of Los Angeles. Businesses, including gyms and restaurants, must require proof of COVID vaccination from patrons, or else face fines of up to $5,000.
This is impossible that owner of a restaurant going to tell a customer that he is not welcome to his restaurant.
President Biden's vaccine regulations for workers that's supposed to go into effect in January is facing new legal challenges. A federal appeals court in Louisiana temporarily halted the requirement that companies with 100 or more employees ensure they're vaccinated or test for COVID weekly. In addition to that requirement, about 4 million federal workers face a November 22nd deadline to get vaccinated. The administration says it's confident the rules will withstand court challenges.
The president and the administration wouldn't have put these requirements in place if they didn't think that they were appropriate and necessary, and the administration is certainly prepared to defend them.
And happy reunions are taking place at airports all over the nation after the U.S. started easing COVID restrictions on international travelers.
I'm on cloud 9.
International travelers still have to show proof of vaccination and a negative COVID test. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
The CDC spokesperson says it is continuing to evaluate whether to allow visitors who have recovered from COVID as having a natural immunity. It worked well this spring when teachers got vaccinated. So tonight, SSM and a school district are back at it again for a much younger crowd.
Wanakee schools are holding an on-site vaccination event for 5 to 11-year-olds designed to be convenient for kids and their parents. Our Brad Hamilton is there live at Prairie Elementary, speaking with those who helped make this clinic possible. Brad?
Well, Susan, we've reached the halfway point here at tonight's clinic, which started back at 3 o'clock, as Wanakee becomes the first school district in all of Dane County to host one of these clinics for students ages 5 to 11. Now, SSM Health says that they are going to host dozens more of these clinics with ages 5 to 11 over the coming weeks in Dane County as they try and help as many families as possible to get their kids protected. Now, we got a chance to speak with Wanakee Schools superintendent about why they decided to host this clinic tonight.
We've had a great partnership with SSM throughout the pandemic. They were here for us when we needed opportunities to vaccinate our staff. And when the opportunity came to provide an opportunity for families who chose to receive the vaccine for their children, we certainly felt that this was a way that we could accommodate that and help people move through this as quickly and as simply as possible.
And this clinic does run until 7 p.m. tonight, but it is by appointment only. And we did find out that about 480 students did sign up tonight. Coming up at 6, we're going to hear more from the superintendent. Live in Wanakee tonight, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
Brad, thank you.
And still to come, the Bucks are celebrating at the White House today.
Coming up, we'll hear from the team's MVP on what the honor means to him. And then coming up tonight at 6, the deer rut is causing new trouble for drivers. We'll share tips on how to avoid certain dangers this season.
And checking the markets to start the week, the Dow jumps another 104 points. The Nasdaq adds 11. The S&P closed up 4. We'll be right back.
Attention South Central Wisconsin homeowners. It's the best time of the year to update your old bathroom with huge Black Friday savings this month at Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for baths, custom tub to shower conversions, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Now, with Black Friday savings, save $250 with interest-free financing for 6 months and get $250 in Mad City cash. But act now and triple your savings. Save $750 on a new bath or shower with interest-free financing for 18 months and triple it to $750 in Mad City cash for future home improvement projects. Plus, call during this program, get a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Black Friday triple savings end November 30th. Call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part? Our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free.
We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider.
Call Peak Performance for Men today.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Tonight at 6, we'll tell you who UW Health is teaming up with to conduct vaccine trials for babies through 5 years old.
Plus, there's been an uptick in car deer crashes. Tonight at 6, what you can do to avoid most collisions and what to do if you do hit a deer.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help to provide Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary gift. We're grateful for any gift you can provide.
Donate at goodmancenter.org.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The identities of the 8 people who died after fans at the Astroworld Music Festival in Houston suddenly rushed the stage during a performance by rapper Travis Scott were released by authorities today. The list includes a 14-year-old boy. Chris Wen has the latest on the investigation and lawsuits that have been filed.
In Houston, Astroworld Festival goers described the moments leading up to a crowd surge that left at least 8 people dead and dozens more hurt.
You couldn't control where you were going.
The crowd of 50,000 packed tightly in places as headliner Travis Scott began his set, with many crushed and trampled over as waves of people moved toward the stage.
My focus right now, and the focus of others in this city, to make sure that the families of those who have lost loved ones, that their needs are being met.
Officials say Scott continued to play for about 30 minutes after the concert was declared a mass casualty event, and they're investigating what he knew and when. In a statement, Scott said he stopped his show, quote, anytime he realized a problem. A lawsuit has now been filed against the rapper, the companies that organized the event, and others claiming they put profits over safety. CNN has reached out to Scott for comment.
If the crowd is in distress and that can be identified by an experienced spotter, that needs to be communicated, and you've only got minutes then to save lives.
In a statement, Live Nation said in part, heartbroken for those lost and impacted at Astroworld. We will continue working to provide as much information and assistance as possible to the local authorities as they investigate the situation. The criminal investigation into the deadly crowd surge could take weeks as concert goers process the trauma.
Now that I'm recollecting, just the fact that I was breathing the same air that some people took their last breaths is just not even real.
I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Well, the celebrations have not stopped for the Milwaukee Bucks.
This time, the team is being honored in the nation's capital. Sports anchor Jordan Reed joins us with more on the special ceremony. Jordan?
From Milwaukee to Washington, D.C., the Bucks get to celebrate their historic NBA title once again, this time at the White House of President Joe Biden. The team, along with coaches, owners, and execs, got to celebrate the historic win with the president, where they got to flash the Larry O'Brien trophy, as well as present the president with a jersey of his own. Today also marks the first time that an NBA champion has visited the White House since 2016.
It's a great example that, with hard work, with sacrifices, if you dedicate yourself and waking up every single day and try to get better in anything you do, in anything you love, and believing in your dreams, you can accomplish great things in life. I've done that my whole life, and I'm in the White House, and this is awesome. Can never take moments like that for granted, but without hard work, that would not be possible.
Definitely a moment that won't be forgotten. Now, the Bucks have an off day before heading to Philly for their next game, which is tomorrow night.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Now they can focus on this year, right? We're going to start winning some games. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Gary.
Well, we can focus on getting temperatures back up. It was a beautiful stretch of weather we had this weekend and today. In fact, there's the live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam. And take a look at the almanac for today. High temperature 67, almost 20 degrees above average. Low temperature of 40, also above normal. We weren't all that far from the record high temperature of 74 degrees set back in 1999. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast: that mild weather will continue, but just not quite as mild. I'm looking for highs probably in the upper 50s for tomorrow and Wednesday, and then a big change after that. You can see just a few very light rain showers up in far northwestern Wisconsin and central portions of Minnesota. But if you look at Weather Track, the weather pattern becoming more stormy across the central Pacific Ocean. When I showed you this satellite view last week, most of the clouds are up in the northern portion of the Pacific Ocean as the storm track was displaced well to the north. Now it's starting to settle southward because colder air is starting to work its way southward from the North Pole, a sign that we're definitely getting into a more fall-like weather pattern, and that also shifts the storm track southward as well. So you can see the next storm system, instead of going into western Canada, is now heading for northern portions of California and Washington and Oregon, and that system will move its way eastward and be one of several systems that will bring us some chances for precipitation toward the end of the week. Not necessarily necessarily all in the form of rain. Right now, our upper level winds are from the southwest. We talked about that last week, that would bring us the milder Pacific air, but with time, that pattern will shift as well, and that jet stream will sag to the south. So these showers are actually lagging behind a cold front, which is right through the central portion of the Midwest. In fact, you can see that front just to the south of Wisconsin. The winds have started to shift now to the north and northeast, but it's not a big cool down right now. It's just a weak wind shift there. Mild air still south of this front. In fact, we zoom into our part of the Midwest. You can see temperatures are definitely cooling off to the north and west, but still mild for this time of year. Still 60 in Madison, temperatures in the 60s to the south of us, but 40s and 50s to the north and west. Now on future track, notice the clouds continuing for tonight. That'll actually keep temperatures up, even though we'll have the northerly winds. Tomorrow we'll see a few breaks in the clouds, but we'll clear out tomorrow night, and that will allow temperatures to drop off a little bit as winds shift to a more easterly direction. Then here comes the next weather system with clouds on Wednesday. Most of the showers probably won't reach us until late in the day, but we'll see a pretty good chance of showers from Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And then notice that sharp shift in the winds behind a cold front. That's when the colder air will definitely arrive. So for tomorrow, not quite as mild as today, but still with a high 57, not too bad. We'll see a little more cloud cover than we saw today. 7 to 10 day forecast, Wednesday cloudy, just a slight chance for a shower, 57 for a high. But that 50 on Thursday, probably about midday, then that cold front comes through as the rain showers end, the winds shift around to the west and temperatures drop off. Friday will be colder, breezy with a chance of rain and snow showers, high 40. Saturday, a slight chance of a rain or snow shower, high 38. Sunday, probably our best chances to see some flakes of snow with a high of 38, maybe a few flurries on Monday, and then a little milder, but temperatures about average for this time of year with some rain showers toward the middle part of next week. As we check out first warning traffic, been seeing some delays on the eastbound Beltline right now. Delays start around Monona Drive, go back westward to Verona Road, so a pretty slow commute on the eastbound Beltline. Westbound looking pretty good, so normal travel time on eastbound Beltline, but 45 minutes on the eastbound Beltline, 16 minutes back in the westbound Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate, 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990, US 12 Middleton to Sauk City, a quick 16-minute commute, downtown to Sun Prairie and East Washington Avenue, US 151, a 21-minute trip. That's your News 3 Now First Warning Traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Coming up next at 5, U.S. borders are finally reopened, and after being separated for almost 2 years, family and friends are reuniting.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
From single living to growing families and empty nesters, your bathroom needs change over time. So let Mad City Baths help you design the perfect bathroom to fit your lifestyle. Whether it's a new bathtub for the kids, a walk-in shower, or walk-in tub for mom or dad, we'll install it in as little as 1 day. And this November, get Black Friday savings on all of our baths and showers. Save $250 with interest-free financing for 6 months and get $250 in Mad City cash. But when you call now, we'll triple your savings. Save $750 on a new bath or shower with interest-free financing for 18 months and triple it to $750 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. Plus, call during this program, receive a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just 1 day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor.
Call 1-800-886-8411.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
There's no words. You can't describe. How do you describe this feeling?
No longer on a screen. It's going to be hugs. It's going to be in person, catching up. A lot of stories to tell.
Family and friends are reuniting today as the U.S. reopens its borders to vaccinated travelers. One man says he hasn't seen his family in 2 years. Tourists from some 33 countries had been blocked for nearly 20 months because of the pandemic.
Elise Preston shows us how the change is giving a much-needed boost to many American businesses.
The return of international travelers is not only reuniting loved ones.
How are you feeling right now? I don't have words.
It's also reconnecting millions of tourists to U.S. industries that depend on their dollars, including airlines. Delta has seen a 450% increase in international bookings, and hotels like the Fitzpatrick Grand Central in Manhattan are once again welcoming foreign visitors.
How are you feeling?
We're excited. We really are.
Owner John Fitzpatrick saw business drop 90% at one point, but now is expecting a surge of holiday guests.
Our business for the first 2 weeks of December is greater than it was in the same month in 2019.
The U.S. Travel Association says the decline of international visitors during the pandemic has led to a loss of $300 billion and 1 million American jobs. But now hiring is ramping up, including in U.S. towns along the Mexican border, like Southern California's San Isidro, where 80% of tourists are from Mexico. Big cities are also getting a boost. About half of all tourism spending in New York comes from international travelers, according to NYC and Company. It's a similar story in San Francisco.
In 2019, just to give you an example, 63% of all tourism spending in San Francisco was by international visitors. And that has been shut down since the beginning of the pandemic.
Foreign travelers tend to stay longer and spend more money. Two big reasons why the tourism industry is welcoming them back. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
And stay with us for a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
A celebration of life, love, laughter, and Fiddler on the Roof.
At Overture Center, November 16th through 21st. Tickets at overture.org.
Tired of that old, outdated bath? A beautiful walk-in shower is just a phone call away. Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for custom bath solutions installed in as little as 1 day, with premium wall patterns infused with microban for 24/7 protection against germs and bacteria. And our walk-in tubs offer easy access plus hydrotherapy. Don't miss out on Black Friday savings. Save $250 with interest-free financing for 6 months and get $250 in Mad City cash. But last chance to call during this program to triple your savings. Save $750 on your new bath or shower with interest-free financing for 18 months and triple it to $750 in Mad City cash for future home improvements, plus a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
He doesn't just talk.
Democrat Alex Lazary
Gets it done. Helped build Pfizer Forum on progressive values. Wages $15 an hour.
Materials, 80% from Wisconsin. Environmentally cutting edge.
Alex Lasry.
Leader on social justice. Proven activist for voting rights.
Alex Lasry.
The Democrat to beat Ron Johnson. It's why Alex Lasry is endorsed by Wisconsin's leading unions. For Senate, Alex Lasry.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Get a McChicken sandwich or a cheeseburger, any two for $2.50, and pair it with a $1 any size Coke.
Get your outdoor projects done right with Menards. With the best selection of pressure-treated lumber and the inventory to back it up. Now is the time to get that outdoor project you've been meaning to get to done. Best yet, we've made it convenient for you to get in and get out. Whichever the project, Menards has the pressure-treated lumber to get it done.
Save big money at Menards.
A celebration of life, love, laughter, and Fiddler on the Roof.
At Overture Center, November 16th through 21st. Tickets at overture.org.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. First, we kick off our new series, Honoring Our Heroes. Tonight, how a relay race is helping America's veterans transition back to civilian life. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
Well, we've got a wind shift. Winds are shifting around to the north now. That's a cold front coming through. Temperature has cooled off to 60 in Madison, already in the 50s to our north and west. Look for a low tonight of about 44. High temperature tomorrow of about 57. But then notice those temperatures as we head toward the weekend. Some rain and snow shower chances in there as well.
All right, Gary, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next.